Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Wild West Racing League Xfinity Series at Texas Motor Speedway. We're here to do 75 laps of battle. This is race number 4 in the Stand for Wit Foundation Wild West Racing League Xfinity Series. Let's look at who we've got tonight. We're showing 12 drivers on our list. Out of those 12, Dakota Henderson seems to be the fastest driver as we speak. Why don't we see if we can get Dakota Henderson into the broadcast booth and see where his speed's coming from. Hey, Dakota Henderson, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. Top of the evening to you.
And to you. Let me say this. So far right now in practice out there, you have the fastest car out there. What do you got for him tonight, and what's your plan?
Hopefully I got something for him. I'm just going to try to keep myself in contention. It's as long as I'm there at the end, maybe capitalize on someone running out of fuel, their mistake. But hopefully I go up there and I want a little redemption from last week. I ain't gonna lie. I like to seal the deal. I'd give up leading most laps or any laps just as long as I can lead that last one.
Absolutely, that's the one that matters. Absolutely.
Yes,
so, anything to watch out for tonight that you need to stay clear of?
I just got to watch it off at turn 2. I know some of the guys have been fighting tight, but if you ain't careful with the throttle, I feel like it'll step out on you, and you won't be ready for it.
Right, and we've seen that in early practice, some of the cars getting loose, spinning out, some even hitting the outside retaining fence, and that's definitely not good for race trim. Dakota Henderson, I'm going to let you go back up to the driver's meeting, but thanks for taking the time out to speak with us up here in the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. That's Dakota Henderson in number 5. So, Tanner Ensign is second. Let's see if we can find Tanner Ensign. Pull him down to the broadcast booth. Hey, Tanner Ensign.
Oh, he's gone. Oh,
Barry Stevens in the broadcast
I thought
booth.
you
got
pulled
me.
Trey. Yeah, I got you, Barry. I thought you pulled Trey.
Oh, no, I pulled you. You're running second right now and in practice, and so I just wanted to see what your car's capable of and what you've got for the boys out there tonight.
I think we've got a really good breast cancer awareness YO Outlaw custom diecast Ford Mustang. Obviously, that was qualifying trim, so that gives me a lot of hope for qualifying that we can start in the front, stay in the front. I think I can hang with Dakota in race trim, so I think we should be a solid top 3 car tonight. And as long as Jacob doesn't do any fuel mileage things, we might have a chance to win this.
Absolutely. He's becoming a hero for his ability to run insane amount of laps on fuel. Before I let you go, do you think is going to be your biggest challenge here tonight?
The car's really loose getting into turn 1, and then you just got to be patient, wrapping the bottom in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you could pretty much go wide open. But 1 and 2 is definitely the tricky area of this track. You try to push it too hard, it gets tight on exit, and you find yourself up in the wall.
All right, well, Tanner Ensign in the 44 car starting qualifying now, so I'm going to let you get back up to the driver's meeting area so you can qualify.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. That was Tanner Ensign in your 44 machine. So we've started to qualify, and as we see some of the drivers, James Napier is out on the track. We see him. He is third fastest in practice. Let's see how he does. While he's going around, Tanner Ensign has now got on track, and he is doing his qualifying run. See that 77 get loose coming through the corner there. These cars are set up to be just on a hairline trigger to be able to make these turns. So he comes around for a second lap. Shows us some good speed up into currently into second position behind Jacob Schoffett, who is also running. So let's get over and maybe we can talk to James Napier. Let's take we can get a hold of him and put him in the broadcast booth with us. Hey, James Napier, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
What a run there. You're showing currently at the top of the leaderboard in qualifying. What do you got for these guys tonight?
Hopefully we brought a fast car tonight. She seems stable, especially when we get a few laps under, and hopefully we'll be in the top 3 or in victory lane tonight.
Now, is there anything in particular that you need to watch out for tonight during this race?
Definitely tires.
I think with the tire situation, like you mentioned, and especially coming through 3 and 4, which it tends to get a little bit, the rear end wants to slide out on you. It's going to be a challenge for everybody. But you are the fastest out there, so congratulations on that. And I'm going to move you back up so you can get prepared for your race.
All right, thank you.
You bet. James Napier in the 77 car. Okay, so we still have a few cars that are no, I think everybody now has qualified. So as we look down through the lane, we have Dakota Henderson qualifying first, then James Napier second. Jacob Shoffett ran a quick time, and he's third in his Ford machine. Mike Presley is fourth. Fifth is Justin Bell. Sixth is the Ford machine of Tanner Ensign. Seventh is Wyatt Keel and that Chevrolet. Scott Rush is in eighth. Trey Smith ninth. Brighton Coleman 10th. Gene Watkinson 11th. Ethan Farless, your 12th place lineup. We see Ethan trying to get some laps around. He just hit the retaining wall coming out of 4. Very loose. Not good. Scrubbing off a lot of speed there. He's got about 15 seconds to complete this lap, and he'll make it. There he goes. So, Ethan Farless moves up to 7th position in the lineup. So behind him will be Wyatt Keel, Scott Rush, Trey Smith, Brighton Coleman, and now Gene Watkinson will line up last. Let's not forget about tonight. We are here at Texas Motor Speedway for Wild West Racing League. Racing on Wednesday nights, your Xfinity Series, the Stand for Wit Foundation. Brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network, I'm broadcaster Barry Stevens. The track tonight is a very cool 65 degrees, and it matches the air temperature outside at 65 degrees. Humidity is 2%. It is crystal clear skies outside, and we do have a small wind at 3 miles an hour. Texas Motor Speedway is a 1.5 mile track out of Fort Worth, Texas. Our cars will get ready to line up on and behind the pace car. Got some nice looking paint jobs out there. So as we've finished, our first row will be Dakota Henderson and James Napier. Second is Jacob Shoffett lined up beside Mike Presley. Justin Bell will line up beside Tanner Ensign. Ethan Farless will line up beside Wyatt Keel. Scott Rush and Trey Smith will line up together. And our final row, our sixth row, will be Brighton Coleman lined up beside Gene Watkinson. As our pace car begins its first lap around Texas Motor Speedway. Fans, we're in for a show tonight. This is going to be a slick track. It's fast. These Xfinity cars can step out on you at any time. They are somewhat easy to control if they get loose. If you don't panic, you turn the wheel, tap the brake a little bit, you can get that car back under you. So that James Napier and Dakota Henderson are going to be in our front row, but we know that James Napier, being the fastest of the qualifiers, is chosen he'll be on the outside with Dakota Henderson. Excuse me. The 000 Mike Presley, that's a sharp paint job there. And the pace car is off. We're getting ready to go racing, folks. And they're off. The 77 gets a big jump on the outside, and he'll take the lead. The 5 of Dakota Henderson will be second. Third place will be Mike Presley, followed by Jacob Shoffett and Tanner Ensign. The group is all together. 3 wide in the first corner. Oh, my goodness. That's Tanner Ensign trying to come in for third place on his own. Can he do it? He does. He takes third place. James Napier is in the lead. Behind him, now Tanner Ensign moves up right by Dakota Henderson, and he's vying for second position. The setup is really good in that 44 car. And before the 44 is the 8 of Justin Bell, following him on the bottom. Then the 9 of Wyatt Keel, who's moved up to the top behind the 5 of Dakota. Behind the 5 of Dakota Henderson now is the 1 of Trey Smith in that Redline Radio Podcast car. You can find Redline Radio Podcast on Spotify on Mondays. So we look up at the front again. We see James Napier with a half-second lead over Justin Bell. Justin Bell in second place, but right behind him is Tanner Ensign. This is your battle for second place. We see Tanner Ensign, and let's take a look at his view from inside. This is your third place car of Tanner Ensign. Let's just take a view and see what he's doing. He doesn't come all the way off the throttle. Now he's back all the way into the throttle. So he's following that 8 car of Justin Bell. It's a Chevrolet. That sound you hear off the tires is definitely using up tires. As we see Tanner Ensign get just below the line, and that spit him out towards the top, and he lost a little bit of momentum there trying to catch Justin Bell. So let's go back out to our big view. Now here's our big lead. Look at this. Justin Bell on the inside. 77, James Napier on the outside. Are we going to have a new leader? The 8's going to take it on the inside, and it's going to do a, look at that, perfect pass. 77 lets him by. 77 of James Napier now running second, but your leader is Justin Bell. Third place is Tanner Ensign. James Napier takes the high line. Justin Bell's on the low line. James Napier should get quite a run from being up high. We're doing 75 laps here tonight. Texas Motor Speedway. Thanks for tuning in on a Wednesday evening to YouTube to watch the Wild West Racing League. We know you have choices. We thank you that you have chosen to be with Wild West Racing League, Fearless Broadcasting, and myself, Barry Stevens. So there's James Napier in Second place, Justin Bell has moved out into first place now by 0.3 of a second. So he's not falling away just yet, but the 44 of Tanner Ensign and the 77 are going to battle. Once that happens, the 8 is going to have an opportunity to move out front a little bit more. When two cars are fighting side by side, they cannot carry the same speed as if they're nose to tail. We see that 44, the Stanford Witt Foundation, and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Stanford Witt Foundation is there to help the nearly 12 million men and women in America that find themselves in domestic violence situations. The Stanford Witt Foundation helps those in domestic violence situations find safer alternatives. October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we want to thank Wild West Racing League for allowing the Stanford Witt Foundation and Breast Cancer Awareness to sponsor the entire month of October. So we see the 77 up high. We see now Trey Smith in the picture, moves up into fourth position. Dakota has moved into third, and James Napier now finds himself back in fifth position. Let's look up here into second place is Tanner Ensign now, all by himself. Dakota Henderson, third place. Justin Bell up in front now, 0.4 of a second. Let's see if that battle, or we'll see if that gap continues now that the 44 is not fighting anybody. So the gap right now is about 0.4 of a second. And let's see if Tanner Ensign has anything for Justin Bell. The door bumper clear. Number 8, Dirty Mo Media. Texas is an asphalt track, and we're racing at night. Temperatures are cold. Track is very, very cold. What this means as far as racing is concerned is as rubber's laid down, the track will get faster. Cars will have a tendency to get a little bit more loose as the night goes on, but with the addition of the rubber laying down into the lines, that will help the cars be able to make the corners and carry a little bit extra speed as the race continues on. So Justin Bell continues to be our leader. He now has a 0.8 of a second lead over our second place driver of Tanner Ensign. Dakota Henderson is third. Our fourth place driver is Trey Smith, fighting with James Napier, fourth and fifth right there. There's our big battle at the moment. Side by side, 77 on the bottom with the 1 on top. Trey Smith, James Napier. Trey Smith takes the high line. James Napier goes low. James Napier slides from the bottom up to the top, and there'll be a crossover done by Trey Smith. Trey Smith is going to take the lead on the bottom. Trey Smith takes over from James Napier. James Napier now comes back on the top, that 77 machine, and takes over from the number 1 car of Trey Smith. So fourth and fifth is fighting back and forth. It's just a heck of a battle. So this is what the view inside of Trey Smith is he's fighting, trying to get to that fourth position. Looks like he has lost some time. Oh no, now oh no, we've got a crash. We definitely need to go back out. We need to see what happened there. Definitely a caution. Ethan Farless, let's see what happened. So it looks like he got into the wall, came down. Looks like he's got some rear end damage there. going back up to the front of the field with Tanner Ensign and Justin Bell lined up right behind the pace car. So Justin Bell is your leader. Tanner Ensign in that 44 Stand for Wit purple machine is second. Dakota Henderson in your 5 car is third. Trey Smith in that 1 is fourth. Now that Redline Radio podcast, don't forget, he podcasts on Spotify every Monday. That's Trey Smith in 4th place in your number 1 car. 5th place is Mike Presley in your 000. 6th is Scott Rush in the 04. Wyatt Keels in 7th. 8th is the 40 of Bryant Coleman. 9th is the 00 of Jacob Shoffett. 10th is Gene Watkinson in the 111 car. 11th is 28 of Ethan Farless. And 12th is the 77 car of James Napier. So we've had some cars come into the pits. James Napier's in the pits, and we know how fast he was. So we got to wonder what this plan of action is. We know that tires here wear quite quickly. So with James Napier in the pits, maybe what his plan is to come back out here and have fresher tires than everybody else, maybe run a bunch of laps still, and then be able to come in with everybody else. And if that's the case, he could probably get back up to the front with fresh tires and lead this race once we go green. Justin Bell, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson are your top 3. Your 4th and 5th is Trey Smith and Mike Presley. 6th is Scott Rush, Bryton Coleman, Wyatt Keel, Jacob Shoffett, and Gene Watkinson will round out your top 10. Ethan Farless and James Napier are 11th and 12th. James Napier is currently still in the pits. We see that 44 Stand for Wit purple machine right there. Sharp looking car. Ford Mustang. 44 of Tanner Ensign. Now we see Ethan Farless. Looks like he's got his damage fixed. He's sporting Puffy's Swag Shop. Puffy Swag Shop. You can find them on Discord. Look them up also. Also, if you're interested, look up Fearless Racing. Go back to the front of our field. See the pace car leading them around. Lights are out on the pace car. Our drivers are lined up side by side, getting ready to do it again. We are on lap 20 of 75. So as we get going, with the 8 and the 44 leading them off, what the 8 really needs to do is get a good jump on Tanner Ensign. If he doesn't, Tanner Ensign's going to have that run on the outside, and he will have an opportunity to do a crossover. So the pace car is off the track. We're getting ready to go racing. Justin Bell on the 8. Chevrolet is going to lead him down. And we're off. He does get a decent jump, and he moves right out in front of the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign moves in line and is now second. Third place is the 5th car of Dakota Henderson, followed by the number 1 of Trey Smith. That's your top 4. We see the battle between the 44 and the 5. Almost side by side, but that 5 got a little bit loose on the bottom there. The 1 on the outside now has got his front fender in almost next to the 5, but not quite. He's got the outside though, and let's see what happens. The 44 is in second place on the outside as well. The 8 on the bottom. Nice smooth run. The 44 did not seem to get any momentum off that corner. And the 5 Dakota Henderson now is right there. You can't discount the 1 of Trey Smith either. 44 got a little squiggly on the outside there. Now the 5 moves right up to his bumper. Dakota Henderson looking for a pass to find second place. And he's going to take it on the bottom. Can he hold it? Can he hold it against the 44 of Tanner Ensign? He does. He takes over second place. Dakota Henderson. Justin Bell, Dakota Henderson, Tanner Ensign, now Trey Smith still in your 4th position. Let's look back here at Trey Smith and see what he's got for the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Wild West Racing, ride fast and race free. Wild West Racing League. So if we go up to Justin Bell now, we see that his gap over Dakota Henderson is just about 0.4 of a second. So definitely that 5 car is in the draft. Now let's take a look and see where James Napier is. We know he's fast. He's got to be the fastest one on the track right now. James Napier, we look here and we see his laps are quite fast. Lap 19, 20, 21, 22, as he's getting faster. Let's look at his overall speeds. 170s through the corner. 180, 191 before he gets into the turn. Let's see what he gets coming through on the other side. 191 and down to about 180. So definitely your fastest car on the track right now. He's got lots of space to make up though. Back up to the front is Justin Bell, and he's got 0.3 now lead over Dakota Henderson, who finds himself in second position. Trey Smith is in third, a 2.5 back. Falling back. These tires really get tore up at a track like this. But let's look back up here, and we see Dakota Henderson looking for Justin Bell. We're going to have a change of the lead. Oh, Justin Bell gets a little squirrely on the bottom. Just leaves a little bit of an opening for the 5 Dakota Henderson, but Dakota Henderson cannot capitalize at this point. Justin Bell's able to keep his speed up. Dakota Henderson follows him down to the bottom onto the line as they come around the turn. 8 is still your leader. Looks like the 5's, oh, the 8 goes into the wall, and the 5 goes around and takes the lead. Dakota Henderson in the 5 car is now your new leader, the Chevrolet of HendrickCars.com, Dakota Henderson. Justin Bell has moved into second. Let's see where he's backed up to now. Finds himself 0.4 of a second back. Don't know if he got any damage hitting that wall or not. Only time will tell. We're going to have to see if Trey Smith, who's a full second back from Justin Bell, if he can make up any of that time now that Justin Bell hit that wall. You're looking at that Redline Radio podcast, #1 car from Trey Smith. Spotify. Look for them on Spotify on Mondays. Redline Radio podcast. Trey Smith. So there's Justin Bell. Dakota Henderson still leading. Justin Bell, what a heartbreak after hitting that wall. He's dropped all the way back. A gap is over a second now, so he may have damage to that right rear of that car. Be having some problems steering. May be having some issues with the tires, just don't know. But he has definitely backed off the pace. We can see Trey Smith now coming into the picture. Trey Smith is looking for second place. He finds himself in third place right now. So he's only 0.4 of a second behind Justin Bell. We see Justin Bell here. But up ahead, oh, we see the two of them. Boy, if they could just, if Trey Smith could just get a little bit closer to Justin Bell, we'd have a really good shootout going here. He is doing his best to catch up, doing everything he can. He's 0.2 of a second now behind Trey Smith is. If we go inside Trey Smith's vehicle once again, we see the pass coming on the inside. Does he have it? Can he make it? Still, Trey Smith is now showing second with Justin Bell in third. Trey Smith now takes over second. Justin Bell moves into third, but don't look now. On the bottom is the 0, Mike Presley. Mike Presley takes over third place, while Dakota Henderson retains the lead. Trey Smith is now in second. Mike Presley's in third. Justin Bell has now moved all the way back to fourth. There's got to be something wrong with that number 8 machine. We're under caution again. Ethan Farless, it looks, crashed like he's crashed. Let's take a look there. Got it in the wall. Oh, the 9, the 4, the 28. So, let's see if we can get Scott Rush and talk to him. Hey, Scott Rush.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Yep.
Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going okay. How are you doing?
A little pissed off, but it is what it is, man.
Well, we're only on lap 36. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not quite halfway yet, and you've got lots of racing
Yep.
left to do. You've shown some.
Yes, sir.
You've shown some speed. You got anything for him left?
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll get this thing fixed up and get back out there on fresh tires, and we'll see what happens the second half of the race.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you get back to Ensign Motorsports, but that was Scott Rush in a 04 machine. Thanks for your time, Scott.
Thanks, man.
Okay. So, that was Scott Rush in your Ford machine. We see our leaders all coming down pit road. Let's see what happens with, let's see, James Napier. James Napier stays out, gets his lap back, gets to go around the pace car. So he's still showing in 11th place, but he is now on the same lap as the rest of the drivers. It's going to be interesting to see what the 77 Chevrolet of James Napier does. Is he going to come in and put fresh tires on now that he's on the same lap as everybody else, or is he going to just stay out and try to make this work? I'm thinking he's probably going to come in. We'll have to see. Let's watch him for just a minute. Looking to see if we have any takers down pit road, and it looks like the 77 will stay out. So we'll go to the front of our field again, and we'll see Dakota Henderson and Jacob Shoffett lined up side by side. Trey Smith and Mike Presley will be together. Gene Watkinson with Tanner Ensign. Bryton Coleman and Scott Rush. Justin Bell with Wyatt Keel, then James Napier and Ethan Farless. It's been exciting racing here so far today. We are at lap 38 of 75, so just about halfway. Haven't had pretty much accident free except for a couple of times here tonight, and that's not bad considering the track is getting quicker. It's also getting quite slick just because of the speeds that they're doing. Don't forget, tonight, you're watching Wild West Racing at Texas Motor Speedway. Getting ready to go off. Here we go. We're going racing again. The 00. Jacob Shoffett will lead him off. And he gets a great jump. The 5's on the outside does not get a good jump. The 1 on the inside will come over and take possibly second place. Trey Smith takes the position away from Dakota Henderson on the bottom. In your first place cars, Jacob Shoffett in the 00. Trey Smith moves up into second. Oh, look at that. Dakota Henderson gets loose and loses a bunch of spots. Third now is Tanner Ensign. Fourth is Justin Bell. Fifth is Mike Presley. Wyatt Keel. Dakota Henderson moves all the way back into seventh position with that little bit of looseness. We look up ahead. We see Trey Smith up in second position, following your number 1 car of the 00 of Jacob Shoffett. Gap is non-existent. He is right there. Look at that. Redline Radio Podcast number 1. Trey Smith has got the lead on the bottom. Can he hold it against Jacob Shoffett? They are side by side coming through the turn. Up against the wall. To the line. It's going to be Trey Smith leading the lap. Trey Smith will lead lap 40 of 75. And the 00, Jacob Shoffett, gets shuffled up, gets up a little bit higher, and loses a couple spots, moves down to fourth position. Justin Bell now is your second place car. Now that he's fixed, he looks like he's got some speed. He's right on the tail of that number 1 of Trey Smith. Looks like whatever damage he had when he brought it into the pits, he was able to repair that, and he's got the speed and looks like he might be moving right up to the front. Here we go. Side by side next to the 1 of Trey Smith, Justin Bell will take over first place. So now it's Justin Bell, Trey Smith, and Tanner Ensign in your third position. We see our top 3 drivers, Justin Bell, Trey Smith, and Tanner Ensign, all in line. Now, I've talked about this in the past, but when you see that flame coming out of the side of the tailpipes, what that means is the drivers come off the throttle. And you'll see it, depending upon the angle, we'll see it on some of these cars. That just means that they're off the throttle. And there's a little bit of flame. Once they come back in the throttle, that flame's extinguished. We'll see it here. As they come around, there, right there. That just means he's out of the throttle for a little bit. It's burning off excess fuel. Nothing to worry about. Justin Bell continues our lead in the 8 car. We see Trey Smith, who's now a half a second behind him. So he's losing ground slowly to Justin Bell. And look at Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign is right there, and behind Tanner Ensign is the 000 Mike Presley in his Chevrolet. Mike Presley's looking hard on Tanner Ensign, pushing right at his rear bumper. Tanner Ensign is mirror driving right now. Is he going to be able to hold on to third place, or is Mike Presley going to go onto the outside, maybe take this? No, he's not. Not right now. Tanner Ensign keeps it. Tanner Ensign continues in third place. Mike Presley wants that position. Got some good racing all over the racetrack here. We see that 44 on the outside. We see that 0 on the inside. 44 gets a little loose, but he continues through with that momentum, and that 0 car cannot do anything about it of Mike Presley. Back up to the lead, we see our 8 of Justin Bell with a repaired race car. That Chevrolet number 8 is just unbeatable at the moment. He's now moved his gap up to 0.7 of a second over second place position of Trey Smith. Trey Smith in that Red Lion Radio podcast car. Check him out on Mondays on Spotify. Remember, you're watching the Wild West Racing League Xfinity Series, the Stand for Wit Foundation. This is race number 4 of the season. We're doing a total of 75 laps, and we are on lap 48. So the gap now is 0.8 of a second. Let's move back, and we see Tanner Ensign, and behind Tanner Ensign is Mike Presley. Mike Presley's looking really close now. Tanner Ensign seems to carry a little bit more speed into the corner. Let's see if the 0 of Mike Presley gains on corner exit. He kind of gets a little bit of gap on corner exit, which tells me that Tanner Ensign is driving it in pretty darn hard, and Mike Presley's coming off throttle a little bit earlier, but coming back on throttle sooner. We watch this battle for third place. Justin Bell continues to lead by 0.7 of a second over Trey Smith. But our battle here between Tanner Ensign and Mike Presley. Let's go back. We see Dakota Henderson back in 5th position. Brighton Coleman in 6th position. 7th is your 04 Army car of Scott Rush. 8th position is Wyatt Keel and your number 9 Hooters. 9th is Jacob Shoffett. It's been shuffled back into 9th with Gene Watkinson behind him in 10th place. So back up in the front, our lead now is dropped to 0.4 to 0.5 of a second. Trey Smith is doing a bang-up job trying to stay with Justin Bell. Justin Bell has been fast all night long. If he keeps that car off the wall, he might just bring it home and get the trophy. Track is cold here tonight. As we keep showing you the race info, track temperature is 65 degrees. That is a cold racetrack, folks. 65 degrees outside as well, with only 2% relative humidity, clear skies, and a breeze of 3 miles an hour. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. I'm broadcaster Barry Stevens. We thank you that you're here watching with us tonight. So the gap now is over 1 second to Trey Smith in 2nd place. And Tanner Ensign is behind him. And we see the battle now heating up between Tanner Ensign and Mike Presley. This is for 3rd position. Mike Presley gets an excellent run off the corner, but Tanner Ensign is able to bring it in deep and keeps the distance between third and fourth position. See, Mike Presley has now dropped back a little bit. He may be cooling off his tires to try again, but right now he's finds himself in the fourth position. Let's go back up top to Justin Bell, who is 1.5 seconds ahead of your second place driver, Trey Smith. We are on lap 57 of 75. We see the 111 moving down to get out of the way. That's Gene Watkinson in your Napa Chevy. So he moves out of the way for the 8 of Justin Bell. Trey Smith has now passed him as well. Gene Watkinson is now the first car a lap down. We see Tanner Ensign going by Gene Watkinson. Mike Presley is backed off a little bit. He's not fighting for third position with Tanner Ensign as he was earlier. Let's look back. We see Dakota Henderson in 5th position. Scott Rush, your 6th place car. 04 U.S. Army. Let's look at our 7th position. That's the 40 of Brighton Coleman. Kodak Advantix. 40 Ford. Next is 8th place, the number 9 of Wyatt Keel, your Hooters, number 9 Chevrolet. 9th place is Jacob Shoffett and the 00 Ford. If this becomes anything to do with fuel mileage, Jacob Shoffett's the one to watch out for. He is a magician when it comes to fuel mileage. And your 10th place car, Gene Watkinson in the 111. So we go back up to the front, we see Justin Bell with a gap of over 2.25 seconds now. We're on lap 61 of 75. Let's look in the back. Get some good, really good views from there. Boy, these cars are loose tonight. You can see that Redline Radio #1 podcast car fighting through these turns. With a gap of over 2.5 seconds, Justin Bell is kind of on cruise control. He doesn't need to go any faster than he's doing. He can just save his equipment and just stay out front. He has a gap now of almost 3 seconds over Trey Smith. We see Tanner Ensign is in 3rd place. Mike Presley has moved back a little bit farther, and we see now Dakota Henderson, who is in 5th place, eyeing that 4th position of Mike Presley. Here we go. Dakota Henderson on the inside, Mike Presley on the outside. This is for position 4. Can Dakota do it? Oh, they're going to touch. Oh my gosh. Door banging. Wow. Now folks, This isn't Martinsville. We're not doing 55 miles an hour around these corners. We're in the 160, 170 range coming through these corners and hitting over 190 miles an hour in the straightaways. For these guys to be banging this way, doors and trading paint, that just shows the level of skill that these drivers have. It's very, very difficult to do that in these cars. This track is so slick. Anything that you don't expect to happen, like hitting another car, makes it so much harder. These guys are just driving on a knife's edge, and it doesn't take anything to upset these cars. So when you touch another car, the fact that both of these cars were able to keep it straight, keep driving, that just shows the level of skill that these drivers have. True wheelmen. Let's look up front. We see Justin Bell with a gap of 2.5 seconds still. Doesn't look like he's pushing it anymore. He's just riding. We are on lap 67 of 75. So about 8 laps to go now. Does he have the fuel? We have seen over and over and over Jacob Shoffett, whether it's doesn't matter what vehicle you put Jacob Shoffett in, if it becomes a fuel mile race, Jacob Shoffett you cannot discount. It does not matter where he's at on the track. But right now it's all Justin Bell and his show. Second place is Trey Smith, a full 2.8 seconds back. Tanner Ensign finds himself still in third place, with Dakota Henderson in fourth after he passed Mike Presley. Mike Presley has moved back now into fifth position. So that's your top 5. Justin Bell, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, and Mike Presley. Coming up, we are on now lap 70 of 75, so 5 to go. Can Justin Bell bring it on home? Does Trey Smith have anything for Justin Bell? What about Tanner Ensign in third place? Do these guys have anything? The gap now is 2.8 seconds. Justin Bell looks like he might be turning it on just a little bit, or Trey Smith has backed off just a little bit. We don't know. What is the strategy here? If you're Trey Smith, do you fight? Do you try to get 2.5 seconds back in 5 laps? Probably not. So what you're going to have to do is try to guard that second place where you're at, get that podium, get those points for the season. We're nowhere near close to talking about playoffs in this league, but points matter, and that's what Trey Smith might be thinking about right now, as well as Tanner Ensign finds ourselves in third place, going around the 00 car of Jacob Shoffett. Jacob Shoffett is a lap down. Back up front by 2.5 seconds, Justin Bell and that Chevy machine. Passing Gene Watkinson. Gene Watkinson stayed on the bottom. Get out of the way for our leader, Justin Bell. We're on lap 73. 3 to go, folks. 3 to go. Does Justin Bell have what it takes? He certainly seems like he does. He's got a 2.5 second gap. Are we going to stay caution free? I guarantee you Justin Bell does not want to see a caution come out. That is the worst outcome he could have right now. He's got such a gap going, over almost 3 seconds over Trey Smith. He does not want the field to all compress again. We're on lap 74. 2 to go. Let's see what happens. We still have Justin Bell out front. Trey Smith is still in second place. Tanner Ensign is your third place. So that's our podium. As we speak, Justin Bell, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign. Let's go back up to Justin Bell as he takes the white flag. One more to go. Justin Bell, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, and fifth place Mike Presley, followed by Scott Rush, Brighton Coleman, Wyatt Keel, Jacob Schaffet, and 10th place is Gene Watkinson. Comes around one more time. This is for the victory, the checkered flag. And he's got it. That's Justin Bell and your number 8 Chevrolet taking the victory tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, 75 laps, Wild West Racing League Xfinity Series, sponsored by the Stanford Witt Foundation. That's Justin Bell. What a show. Second place was Trey Smith, and third on your podium was Tanner Ensign. Justin Bell, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, followed by Dakota Henderson, Mike Presley, Scott Rush, Brighton Coleman, Wyatt Keel, Jacob Schaffet, Gene Watkinson, James Napier, and Ethan Farless. Let's go to our top 3 and speak to them, find out what happened. First, let's look up Tanner Ensign, see if we can find him. Here he is, and bring him up to the broadcast booth. Hey, Tanner Ensign, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Sorry, Barry. I was on my way to the waiting room.
No, that's that's okay. Got a little bit ahead of you. Sorry for that. Hey,
All
third place tonight. Tell me about it. You've got to be. You did so good tonight. There were times when your car was super fast, times when you kind of dropped back, but once you settled in there, it kind of seemed like you knew that you had a podium if you could just keep your momentum up and just keep fighting what you were doing. When you went past Mike Presley, who was giving you some heat there for a while, I'm sure you thought, boy, I'm not sure if I've got what it takes, but you finished third place. So tell me what went through your mind tonight?
Well, from the drop of the green flag, well, first of all, I want to say congrats to my teammate Justin. That was a hell of a run for him. He really needed it. But yeah, from the drop of the green flag, me and Justin were fast, and we had a strategy kind of worked out across the whole team. And then, yeah, when Mike got to me, well, we found on the first run that the cars fell off real fast. Mine and the 8 did for sure. Got real tight, and so we made a slight adjustment, and then had to deal with Trey, which worked out well. I didn't have anything for Trey. I knew I didn't have anything for Justin. My main goal was to basically play blocker at that point for Justin. Mike, also teammate, I didn't have any issues with him. He was going to be good to go, but I knew the fast car on the long run was the 5, and if I could hold him up in any way to help a teammate win, that was the goal there on that last run.
Absolutely, and that purple 44 Stanford Witt Foundation machine was fast all night. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, to the boys at Enzyme Motorsports, we brought one hell of a setup here. And once again, now we have 2 cars locked into the playoffs, so that's really good, really cool. The Stanford Witt Foundation and YO Outlaw Custom Diecast, Redline Radio, Fearless Broadcasting, my man Barry Stevens up in the booth. Everybody who participates every week. I mean, it makes it a blast for everybody. And I want to thank all the spouses of the drivers for allowing them to come spend a couple nights a week with us.
Absolutely. You did a great job tonight. You should be proud of that third place finish. I know that you're going to have to get ready for next week and do it all over again. I'll let you go celebrate with the boys, put you back down at Ensign Motorsports, and we'll talk to our second place finisher, which happens to be Trey Smith. But thank you so much.
Sounds good, buddy.
Thank you so much for your time, Tanner.
Yeah, thank you, Barry.
That was Tanner Ensign in the 44 machine. Next, let's bring up Trey Smith to the broadcast booth.
I'm gonna bust his ass.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Hey, Trey Smith, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
I got you, sir.
Second place. Not bad. It looked to me as the race went by, you started to see that a podium was possible and that you probably weren't going to catch that rocket ship of Justin Bell. But you know that points mattered, and so you just stayed where you were at. Got a very strong run in second place. Tell me about tonight.
Yeah, we spun both laps in qualifying, so I had to start the tail end of the field, and I wasn't sure how the night was gonna go. I just kind of stepped back and was kind of patient, and the car kind of got really tight through that first run, and then the caution came out, and we got our tires cooled down, and then that's when the car just really took off. Super proud of it. I definitely think that if another caution came out and me and Justin and Tanner could have got some fresh tires, and maybe even Mike and Dakota, I definitely think it would have been a drag race for sure. I think it would have been a little bit more chaos, but we'll take second place. Was hoping we can go back to back, but we'll take second.
Well, you know that Redline Radio podcast number one car was fast all night, like you said. Let's not forget that you broadcast on Spotify every Monday during the Red Light Radio podcast show. So let's give you that plug. Before I let you go, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, everyone at the G Lightning Motorsports crew, Joe, Krishan, Kaiser, Alex, Eddie, Brady, Hunter, Max, all them guys, always bringing a good attitude, keeping my confidence up. I want to thank the good Lord above for blessing me with a new day every single day. My amazing girlfriend who supports me no matter what. My son, YL Custom Diecast, Fearless Broadcasting. Obviously, we appreciate all that what you do, Barry. Who am I missing here? Race Car Bodies by Daily, Bucked Up Energy, and yeah, we'll take it. Definitely can't beat one person's favorite driver tonight, so it's all right. I beat everyone else's. But all seriousness, no. I love racing with these guys. These guys always have a good attitude and are always fast. You never know who's going to win. And Justin, he wanted some help tonight, and we definitely gave it to him, and he deserved this for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Trey, thank you for taking the time out to talk with us in the broadcast booth. Congratulations on that second place finish. I'll move you back up to the waiting room where you can celebrate with the guys, and we'll speak with our victor in the number 8 machine, Justin Bell. Thanks so much, Trey.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
So let's bring down Justin Bell, our victor. Hey, Justin Bell, Barry Stevens in the broadcast booth. You got me.
Going on, Barry? How are you doing?
Hey, congratulations on a wonderful victory. You just were, 2.5 seconds out in front of the field there towards the end. You just had your machine hooked up. How'd you do it tonight?
I mean, I can't say anything without saying anything to Tanner Ensign from Ensign Motorsports. Man, I can't. Everybody there has helped me all week with this setup. Brighton set it over at the very last minute, and man, we made a quick adjustment there. And I didn't think that my car was going to be the long run car there because we kind of got tight there in the first run, and I didn't know if I was actually going to make it on fuel there either. I was telling Trey over the radio that he better be ready to pound on it because I may have to go high and get out of the way and get some fuel, but. Luckily, we were able to ride half throttle there for a little bit and sit for a little while and hopefully just manage that gap between Trey. Trey had a fast car. Everyone made, I feel like, the right adjustments there. As team-wise, 1, 2, 3 here, it feels awesome. Can't thank enough for Tanner to bring me on this season. He told me I was fast, and I was hoping I was going to pick up a win for him, so I'm glad to bring it home for him.
Absolutely, Justin. Now, were there any time during tonight's race where you maybe got discouraged and thought maybe you didn't have what it would take to get a victory?
No, not really. I kind of just stayed there. I kind of hit the wall right there in the first run, and then we come in for pits. Your chief was telling me I had like 30 seconds of repairs, and I didn't know if I wanted to take the fast repair on it. Didn't know if there's going to be any more cautions, because you always know once you take that fast repair, the caution happens right in front of your lap the next time. So I kind of just nutted it up and took the repairs, went to the back, and kind of just drove it to the front there. Was real patient. Made sure I took my care of my tires. Followed Tanner to the front, and then followed Trey to the front, and then the rest is history.
Absolutely. Well, really proud of you. You got any shout outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
I do. I want to give a shout out to my wife Kayla. She lets me do this, 3 nights a week. I can't thank her enough. She is my support system, and she's the best. If she watches this or not, I tell her every time that I win, and I shouted her out, and she's like, "I don't know why you do that," but she's the world to me, and she's worth every moment. So I want to thank her, and I want to thank everyone at the shop. Tanner, Brighton, Mike, Scott, they all had good runs tonight. Thanks for the teammates. I can't wait to come back next week. I hope we're just as strong.
Well, Justin, you made everybody proud tonight, and I'm going to let you go back up to the waiting room so you can celebrate with the boys. But thank you so much for your run tonight, and thanks for spending the time with us in the broadcast booth.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night as well.
Thank you. That was Justin Bell in your number 8 car. So, folks, tonight was Wild West Racing League. We were at Texas Motor Speedway. Track was 1.5 miles long, kind of one of the cookie cutter tracks that were built early on in the last couple of decades, and it's fast. It's coming to its own. This track has more than one line. There's more than one lane to race in. Tonight we were brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. I, of course, am broadcaster Barry Stevens. We know you have choices of what to watch and when to watch it. We thank you that you're here to watch the Wild West Racing League on YouTube, brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting Network. We look forward to seeing you again same time next week. Thank you and have a great evening.